so this is another lesson involving compound inequalities. In class today we talked about inequalities involving the word and now there's another type. There are compound inequalities involving the word or. So let's take a look at that. With the ands, here I'll come down here, I don't know if you can see. With the ands, what we were looking for was the intersection, which was really what they had in common, which was really the overlap of the two separate inequalities. And that's what we were looking for. And if you can remember, the symbol that we used for the compound inequalities involving the word and was this upward caret, because we were looking for what they had in common. In the case of the ors, we are not actually looking for the intersection, but rather we're looking for the union. And the way you can think about it is that just all numbers that satisfy one or both of the inequalities. Okay, so that's what we're looking for, and there's a different symbol. Instead of using the upward caret, we're going to use the downward caret, and that is easy to think about because you could think of the word union, and you can see this symbol, just like when you think of the word and, you can see this symbol. All right, so that's what we're looking for up here. What we're looking for are all of the answers that satisfy this inequality, or they satisfy this inequality, and then we're just going to put them together. That's what it means when you're looking for the union of the two inequalities. So we just solve them separately. I'll go ahead and solve this one. I have to subtract 14 on this side. That's fine. So I have t is greater than or equal to 1. And then I'm going to take the union of this one. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. And I have here t is less than -1. So I need to put all of those together. Let's go ahead and look on a number line. Tonight for homework, you're going to be asked to graph them on a number line. You're also going to be asked to express the solution in set notation. Okay, so this piece right here, this t is greater than positive 1, would look like this. I'm going to go ahead and put a circle above positive 1. Because it's greater than or equal to, I'm going to go ahead and fill that circle in, and I'm going to make my arrow move off to the right. For this piece over here, t is less than -1. I'm going to put an open circle above -1. I'm not going to fill it in because it's not equal to, it's just less than, and then I'm going to take my arrow and move it down that way. Okay, so this is the graph of the solution. So how do we express the solution in set notation? Expressing it in set notation is a little bit tricky. I can't do it as an Oreo cookie like I did in class today with the and type of compound inequality. For this one, I'm going to go ahead and open up my curly braces. I'm going to start with t such that t, and then I'm going to look over here and say, okay, so t is less than -1, and then I'm just going to put the word or. T is greater than or equal to 1. I'm going to close that off. You could also say t such that t is less than -1, and we're going to take that as a union, t is greater than or equal to 1. These two, let's see if I can get a different color here. These two things are saying the same thing. Most of my students are much more comfortable just saying or, but they're the same thing. But I just made a mess of that one. Let me fix that. But they really are the same thing.